Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my penis. Sucking on my dick. My penis is food. You know I'm always coming.
I would love to do
Jesus Christ, what a mistake we just
That
made.
was a huge mistake.
All right.
We are here with Isaac Hirsch.
We're here with Isaac Hirsch, who was... So we recorded
An hour, at least an hour.
at least an hour.
Like an hour and a half. The most insane... Jesus Christ,
Here,
hold on.
let me pitch the idea to the listenership.
Oh my God. Go on.
So basically, the idea was that I was going to come on the podcast. I was going to be not me, but someone named Dr. Michael Rosenblum, who
love
was
that.
a licensed couples counselor here in the greater Los Angeles area. The backstory was that I met Nick at a party and that he invited me on the podcast, and I thought it'd be fun to demo couples therapy with these two people who have sort of a fractured working relationship. And that was the idea. And the idea was that, of course, this is a podcast where they say vile, awful things, and I was going to realize it's very bad for my professional reputation to be on this podcast. I was going to become increasingly horrified, and eventually the podcast would just sort of explode as a disaster as I walk off or something. That was the idea.
That was the
A
idea.
very funny bit.
That was-
However-
and technically that happened.
However, to get there still had to be some couples therapy. Like maybe I expected 15 minutes of somewhat legitimate couples therapy. I watched some videos. I tried to do my best job as an actual couples therapist. And Brendan, especially, started taking it very seriously. Nick, to some degree, was taking it seriously, but he was also doing some bits as well. And so about half hour in, we had to stop doing it because Nick had...
Somebody told me you guys both agreed that I wasn't taking it seriously, and I was
Nick,
like, "What is going on?"
Nick got mad. Nick got mad about a half hour in.
Right.
He's like, I'm supposed to be doing the bit. I don't think you're just ganging up on me right now.
Yes.
As a serious therapist. So I was like, all right, fine. We discussed it. We decided, all right, we're gonna escalate this. We'll get the therapist mad, and eventually it'll be fine. Instead, we came back and we got too real, I guess. We got really
Yeah.
to the heart of Nick and Brendan's relationship, which
Oh
I
my
did
God.
not intend to do.
So real.
We got so real.
And so we did about another half hour of just like a very serious conversation about how they feel about each other and where they feel that they are. It ended with Brendan slamming his headphones
Yeah.
down.
I did do that. Look, I am on testosterone. For the first time in my life, I have a man's blood flowing through me. I have such low T that they've given me hormone treatment therapy so that I can be my own gender.
But I
And,
will say this. We went over to the table off mic. They had a very nice conversation for about a half hour. Honestly, speaking as not a therapist at all, I feel like we had a big breakthrough. I feel like they understand each other a lot better now.
It was good. It was good. It was good. But this was such a bad idea.
Well, okay.
It really seemed it seemed like a good idea, but then I very quickly realized I was like, oh, well, this isn't. We're not doing a bit anymore. But maybe that's the bit. Maybe what's going to be funny about this is that we did like a whole hour with like purportedly a real couples therapist, and people would be like, "Wow, that was so crazy that they did that." But that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense
It
at
doesn't
all.
make any sense at all. But truthfully, I was kind of enjoying getting to speak my mind.
Yes, you were. Look, I said this at the table, but I thought, Nick and Brendan, they don't have the best relationship in the world. I just saw that the tree had no branches. I didn't realize that the roots were poisoned. It's like, it's just fucking bad all the way down.
Yes. Well,
yeah.
yes. Yes. Yes.
So that
Put it
came
like
out.
that.
It's like that like 2,000-year-old tree that the guy burnt down smoking meth. It's like, this could have been so good.
And someone's like, "We're going to salvage that tree." It's like, no, it's
It's gone.
It's
and
gone.
I'm the guy smoking meth, and I was like, but I'm smoking meth as a bit.
Yeah.
I accidentally burned down the whole tree. I didn't mean to.
We should smoke meth as a bit.
no, because I'll be the only one who actually smokes it. That'll be the problem yet again. Is I'm going to be high on meth, and you're going to be like, "Nick, why are you acting so weird?"
Every time you do drugs, you get mad that you're on them.
Oh, dude, that happened to me at the party.
Uh-huh.
I did. I mean, I should just say I did some drugs. I don't know how much I want to out the situation. But yeah, I went upstairs to do some drugs, and then I came back downstairs, and I was immediately like, I have to go home. I was like, I'm gonna do drugs and really enhance this party. And then I was like, I gotta get in an Uber.
Then you remembered what party you're at.
Yes, and that's not the kind of party you want to be enhanced.
No.
But it did make me hug
Let me
everybody.
dull
goodbye.
this party.
Yeah.
I don't even have ketamine. I want to experience this party from within a deep hole.
Isaac, you don't know there was a costumed murder mystery party.
I was vaguely aware of this. I'm not invited to anything at this house anymore, which is hilarious. You left this house in far more disgrace than I did, and somehow you are invited back constantly, and I am.
Well, if I ever
persona
throw a
non
party,
grata
you'll be
here.
invited, obviously.
Oh, that's good.
It was Ryan's party. While it was also my birthday, I very deliberately told almost no one because
was
I
your
did
birthday.
not want it to also be my party.
That's fair.
Isaac, if I could reiterate a fake point that I was making during the fake therapy session that I will make for real now as to why I'm invited and you're not. People love me.
Well, also, you know what? It's to be fair to me, I don't really want to be invited to a party. I'd
Okay,
much
yeah.
rather stay home and be alone. So that's
But you know what sucks? You would have loved this fucking thing because it's the same kind of
You
bullshit.
should have dressed
tried-
up like ska.
Yeah, dude.
dressed up like Scott,
like ska.
like that beloved character, Scott.
Yeah.
Well, because the bullshit we ran at the party is the same shit you tried to pull here tonight. We were all in character for 2 hours and nobody broke.
Nobody broke, no punchlines, no fun.
Yeah.
There-
Oh, I
there-
had a lot of fun.
There was
Uh-huh.
fun. There was some fun.
I had
I maintain. Look,
I have
year
a
from
headache
now,
from just like being angry for 2 hours.
I really want you guys to release that like a year from now. I think it'd be so fun.
We'll see. I
With some
don't know.
distance. With some distance.
I mean, well, I'll listen to it first.
Okay, fair enough. But I think some funny stuff happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of it was funny.
I liked how you both were so mad at me. That was one of the funniest parts.
Dude, you're like an immoral. You're like an immoral like producer on just get it. Just get the footage.
I'm not immoral. I helped you. I helped you so much. I didn't even mean to, and I did. It was great.
That's how
Yeah,
good you
yeah.
are being moral.
I'm
you just,
so moral.
You just bumble into helping your friends.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This was meant to be a bit, and it ended up being like very important for your relationship.
That's how big your brain is, I guess.
I have a big brain.
It doesn't it feel nice to say?
It does not feel nice to say.
Feels pretty good to say.
Oh man, everyone's been so upset with me recently.
I was never upset with you. I don't think was I? I don't know.
I don't know. People do not like when you make fun of Kobe Bryant's death.
Yeah, they were
hate
mad
it.
at.
Oh
They
shit!
hate it
Does-
so much.
By the way, does Daniel know about that?
Oh yeah, he
What?
saw the tweets.
Oh, what did he do?
Oh well,
Daniel told
no
me
one
he
to-
was very disappointed.
Yeah, no one told me Daniel was so disappointed. I was just like Daniel hasn't been in the. I was like, huh? Daniel left the group chat. That's interesting. And then I'm just walking around for a couple days. I'm like, I feel like no one's standing me right now.
Yeah.
He's not. I went to the Staples Center to the Kobe Memorial with Daniel and his girlfriend, and they cried.
Yeah, dude. He was big.
Yeah, I've been describing this as for Mexicans, Kobe Bryant dying was like for white women when Hillary lost.
Sure. Yeah, it's like when it's for Mexicans, like when Selena died for Mexicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant was like the Mexican Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, for him, he was.
He was.
I got in trouble at work too.
Yeah, you fucking Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, so my best friend at work, she was telling me about. She's like, I want to get a tattoo for Kobe. What should I get? And I'm like, oh, you know what you should do? You should get across your whole back Kobe dunking on a helicopter.
The girl already told you she's getting a tattoo of Kobe Bryant.
Read
and
the
you
room,
and you
man.
think that's what she wants to
I
hear?
thought it was funny. You know, it'd be like the movie Cars where the helicopter has like a face. And Kobe's
Internet
dunking
irony
on-
doesn't work with regular people. You're just talking.
It doesn't at all.
You forgot you were talking to a regular ass
Yeah,
lady.
yeah.
At your job.
At my job,
Brendan,
yeah.
it wasn't just a lady, it was a job lady.
Yeah, and she was like, "Don't joke about that." But you know, I'm like, well, you know, I know how to save a bit when I'm bombing. So I'm like, come on, he's a celebrity. What's wrong? And she's like, oh, so because he's a celebrity, he's not also a father?
You said it. Oh, Jesus, man.
Oh my
I think Brendan
God.
just legitimately does not understand that people love Kobe Bryant.
Dude,
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea at all. Like, I don't follow sports at all. I know he's a famous basketball player.
True.
I have no idea.
Brendan.
I'm just completely unaware of people's emotions.
here's how bad it is. I kind of love Kobe Bryant.
Really?
And I don't follow the NBA at all.
People love Kobe Bryant. They find him inspirational because he was truly the basketball sociopath. He only cared about basketball.
Dear
He don't-
I
basketball.
thought that was MJ.
MJ was like that, but Kobe was like that, but with a little more personality. Like MJ was just the basketball sociopath.
Yeah.
Kobe was like that, but he had like a little sense of fun to it occasionally that he'd let slip through.
Okay.
He was more
I mean, to be
eloquent
honest,
than MJ.
I think if you showed me a picture of Kobe Bryant like 10 days ago, like out of uniform,
You wouldn't know who it was.
I wouldn't be able to tell you who it was.
Sounds racial.
Yeah, you're right. All 7 foot tall, jacked black guys look the same to me.
He's not 7 feet tall. Not even close.
I'm kidding, but NBA height.
Dude, it's like
You show me Kobe Bryant, and I'm like, is that Bruce Lee?
I want to do a quiz, an impromptu quiz where I ask Brennan facts about Kobe Bryant because I don't think he knows any. I don't think you know anything about Kobe Bryant.
I know he raped.
Allegedly.
That's the only-
allegedly.
This is off, Mike. You agreed.
Man, now's not the time to bring that up.
Isaac is so, look how torn Isaac is. Normally, yeah, that's how you know Kobe was that good.
Look, here's the thing: is that a week before
Michael Jordan had his father killed by the mafia in retaliation for his gambling debts.
he didn't
but
have
hey,
his father
the
killed.
great, yeah,
His father was
it's
one
not like
as a
he-
result.
So he's like, all right, I know what'll settle this. Kill my father.
You can kill my dad. Then we're even.
Yeah, MJ's dad just keeps bugging him at Thanksgiving. He's like, I'm going to the casino. He's like, putting it all on fucking red.
Look, I was a week before Kobe died. I had
He reaches out and he puts his dad's soul on the roulette table.
Look, I saw Kobe. Dom and I went to see John Williams live at the Hollywood Bowl the second year I was in LA, and Kobe came out and performed Dear Basketball. It's live to the John Williams score. John Williams scored the short film. And I texted Isaac, and I might even said it to you in person. I was like, man, it was so unbelievably beautiful. And Isaac was like, well, yes, but he does only love basketball. Like all of everything beautiful about Dear Basketball is completely sociopathic.
But Isaac loves 3 things.
I probably love more than 3 things.
Yeah.
Name
What are
the
the
thing.
What are the 3 things I love? I want to hear what you think I love.
Your girlfriend / family.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are those one thing? Those are at least 2 things.
All right, so 2 things: your girlfriend, your family, ska music.
I don't love ska music.
All right, like 90s goofy music.
Love is such a strong word. I don't
Online video games, and then I'll give you like fast Mexican food. So that's 5 things.
Okay, in Isaac's defense, those are bad things to say that you love. Love should be a somewhat reserved emotion for stuff that's like truly special.
What a fucking cliff between items 2 and 3. Where you're like, you love your girlfriend, your family, and ska music.
What's the list of 50 things that he's supposed to love?
Well, yeah, what things do you love? List
I
them
don't-
all now. Oh, we put him in a trap now, haven't we?
Yeah, let's see. On paper I love comedy, but it sure doesn't shake out that way. I love being alone.
I love that too, actually.
Yeah, I love gaming. I love projects. I love to build things.
He does.
I love the fellowship of my friends.
You have to.
Sure, I love the fellowship of my friends.
Isaac also loves the fellowship of his friends.
Yeah.
I would rank that above ska music if I had to make a real list.
If he could defend himself.
I love the affection of a woman I trust.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That's a smart way to phrase that.
That's very good.
That's a very
You
diplomatic
have-
way to phrase that.
You have wriggled out of this very well.
that was laser precision.
Yeah, everything I say, I want it to be like a rabbit duck drawing.
Yeah.
You're like, I can take whatever I want from that.
You also did not mention your family yet. Do you not love your family?
Oh shit. I forgot about.
This is a slow response.
Um,
Guys, that's
no,
a slow response.
I obviously
We're still in therapy mode a little bit.
yeah, a
little
little
bit.
bit. I obviously love my family.
Okay, well,
Sure, you have to.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
don't
know.
have to.
You certainly don't. Although it is very funny to say, I obviously love my family. It's
Yeah.
not- it's not
I mean,
an
I guess they're not in the first 4 things I think of when I think of things I love. I thought of gaming first, which
Telling.
is pretty rough.
Yeah, they were Isaac. Think about. Oh no, you technically.
He made
You
the list
named
for
it
me.
for Isaac. So
yeah.
maybe you love Isaac's family.
I love Isaac's family.
They're great.
I love my family, and included in that, I don't want to say I love her more than my family, but I've never known such a passionate love as I have for my sister's dog, Hazel.
Okay.
Okay.
I love my best friend Dan Puma. We had a very touching like Seth Rogen bro moment where like, oh no, I didn't say I loved him. That wasn't what happened. Never mind. I just said he was my best friend on accident. Like I was pitching a bit about him to him, and I was like, oh, my best friend's name is Puma. I mean, my friend's name is Puma. He was like, no, it's okay. You're my best friend. I was like, oh, awesome.
That's very sweet.
It was like the ending of a fucking Judd Apatow movie, pretty much. Yeah.
I had that with Lemaire once where I was like, Lemaire, I was thinking about it, and you're my best friend. Doesn't that fucking suck? That sucks. And he's like, yeah, man, that sucks.
I would not say those moments are the same.
No, I think they're the same. You're both best friends with a black guy.
Yes, yeah. My black friend Dan Puma.
It's very important to have a black best friend. Really makes the clouds break apart on some certain suspicions about your character, doesn't it?
Yes. Took me a minute to figure out what you were saying, but yes.
Right.
Are you asking?
This is way better than before, but this is still a weird episode.
I mean, look, we'll get
There's
through
no way it wasn't
There's
gonna
no.
be.
I just want to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
that we have something, and then
we have to release.
If we,
God,
if we,
I hope you guys accidentally delete this and have to release the other
Nope.
one. That would be so
nope,
funny.
Nope,
to
there
me.
just won't be an episode. God damn it. There just won't be an episode. They'll go without it. It'll be fine.
People in the Discord demand the other episode. Demand it.
I'll record a solo episode on my phone at lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Look, it's never going to be released. Don't even ask.
Yeah. I don't love anything because that's not yet. Later, I will. When I'm more stable, I'll love something.
You love Rita.
I know I love Rita. I love Rita. Okay, don't get me started on Rita. I love Rita more than like most people that I meet.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's normal.
You have an intimate relationship with her.
Okay, calm down.
Rita is his cat. Do
Rita's
they know
my
that?
cat.
Do
We've
they
talked
know
about
it's
it
his
before.
cat?
Your cat, your daughter wife.
My daughter, wife, my cat. I love it. She's gotten so comfortable with me now that she lets me grab her by the tummy, which she used to
The
not. let
primordial
any-
pouch.
The primordial pouch.
You couldn't grab her by that. She was so
Rita,
mad.
Rita lays in bed and she knows what I want. She lets that pouch flop out and I shake it around like a cow's udder.
A real Kobe situation.
No, it's not a Kobe situation.
I don't know if you've seen a photo of the cat, Nick's cat. She has an absurd pouch.
She looks so. She's not fat.
She looks fat. She's not even that fat. It's just she has a hilarious pouch. And like ever since I've known Rita, I was very respectful for Rita, but I just want to grab the goddamn pouch. I'm like, what is it? What does it
Isaac.
feel like?
Let me tell you.
Are there coins in there?
It's like a 13-year-old with boobs. I'm like, what do they feel like? What are they?
What are they? What is it doing?
How do they move?
It's
Wait,
it's,
you're the 13-year-old, or it's like you as Isaac Hirsch, an adult man, seeing 13-year-olds' boobs?
You know
No,
what he
what
meant.
do you mean?
You know what he meant. You know what he meant.
It's like when you're on the train and
Let me tell you about the pouch. It is like grabbing a velvet blanket. It is so soft.
I'm sure it's soft because I did touch it once and it was just sort of like, well, that didn't feel like at all what I expected
Oh,
that
dude,
to
it's
feel
so
like.
it's unbelievably soft.
You expect
Wow.
it to feel like fat or something, but it's not. It's like you filled a whoopee cushion with water, but it's like not tense.
like a waterbed.
It's like a water bed,
Isaac,
kind of.
I can't believe you've only touched it once.
She has
because
like a sack in
I
there.
wanted to touch it more, but she got mad at me.
that is such an accurate description of the finger feel of the primordial pouch.
It feels great.
It feels great, and I bet in lesser countries they fucking make pillows out of it.
I bet so.
Water pillows.
Which
yeah.
which lesser countries?
Nobody knows.
If you had to rank the countries from least to most,
least to most?
Least to most.
There are a lot
alright.
of countries.
we're gonna have to get out a master list of the countries.
All right, 297. East Timor. Sorry, East Timor. Them's the breaks. You're the least country.
What kind of people are in East Timor?
It's Asian. They split off from
Yeah.
Indonesia. I wanna say.
Oh, I think that's safe.
I'm gonna have a unique take, and I'm gonna say that Hong Kong and Tibet are their own countries, but they fucking suck, and China is way higher.
Whoa. Hong Kong and Tibet are not their own countries. China would be very mad at you for saying
there's actually a big.
I'm
contention.
trying to come up with an opinion that makes everyone mad.
that would be it, pretty much.
Yeah, you're mad that you think that Tibet is free, and you're like, get Tibet back in there. Put Tibet back.
Everyone's like, and like half the room's like, yay, and then you're like, but Tibet, it sucks. It's a shithole country, and the other half of the room's like, yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start protesting down in Hollywood. I'm just gonna hold up a big sign that says "Put Hong Kong and Tibet back."
and put them back.
Put them back.
Yeah, I have a poster where they're like puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
What's missing here?
It's and people walk up to you like, where do you want them put back? And you're just like, in Pangea. I want it all in one thing.
That would solve everything. We got to get everything back in Pangea.
Gotta get everything back together.
Yeah, it's everything is somebody.
Here's what we should do. We get Pangea back together, and then everyone has to wear makeup. So if you're light, you have to wear dark makeup. If you're dark, you have to wear light makeup, so that everyone has the same color skin.
Okay.
We're gonna Harrison Bergeron race.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Dark.
I have been listening to a podcast that's just about the gigantic earthquake that's going to hit LA. And instead of preparing me for it, it is just making me feel like I'm going to die. I have not changed anything about my life. I'm just driving around with the knowledge that I will die very soon.
When is it supposed to happen?
It is already supposed to have happened. We are overdue.
Well,
for
there's
it.
no way to predict it. It's basically
It's just
looking at
gonna
like
happen.
over how long the Earth has been around. This is how many times it's happened on average. How often?
In general, our understanding is that about every 100 years, these two, the Pacific and North American tectonic plates are going to rub together on a fault line right here in Southern California,
Andreas Fault.
the San Andreas Fault, and it's going to be a huge. It's going to be a huge.
And the
earthquake.
rock will save us.
And the last one was 1857. So we're way
Oh
overdue.
my God, we're almost 200 years overdue.
We're like 50 something years overdue, but that's still too many years. So it could literally happen at any moment. It could happen while we're recording this podcast, and like we'd probably survive. But a lot of people, like the estimates are like around 2,000 people are going to die. 50,000 or more people are going to be seriously injured. There are going to be a lot of fires. Like 270,000 people are going to be immediately homeless, and maybe more after that.
Oh, I can do that.
Well, yeah, you can do that.
That's
but
easy. You guys see? You guys don't know about that.
And I have all my supplies for the event in my car.
So I was under the impression that when the San Andreas Fault goes, I thought it was like gonna like, oh no, like California's splitting off of fucking America. Okay, so I'm not as worried as I was.
Let me be clear.
That sounds doable.
This will be a
It's just
catastrophe.
California breaks off exactly on the state line and floats out. And it's like, hey, we're an island now.
That's
it's
not-
like GTA.
California is just 20 miles. You can drive around in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, because like what's gonna be hard is because I'm gonna want to go after the earthquake. I'm probably gonna want to go home, but it's gonna be hard to get out of LA.
Oh, it's going to be super hard. One thing they said is that
Yeah,
you should never have your car on empty. You should always just keep it at half a tank or fuller, which is something I will never do.
Well.
But yeah, the idea is just that
Nick's
like
way ahead of you. there.
I've got bad news for me. Actually, can I just let's coordinate really quick.
Why don't you get like a moped or something?
No, this is what I'm gonna do. If it happens, right, and the earthquake happens or whatever, and like LA's in ruins and we decide we're gonna go home, can I get a ride with one of you guys?
yeah, absolutely. I'll
Okay,
give you
yeah.
a ride.
You'll give me a ride back to
there's-
Maryland?
Look, I will be dead, but if I'm alive,
Yeah, well, you're gonna be dead.
look, I live in you know what? I'll go ahead and say it.
How old is your house?
I live in the worst house in Los Angeles. This house, at the sign of a small earthquake, it will just crumble in on me. I will die immediately. However, I mean, the last earthquake, which was not a big earthquake, created a giant crack just in the side of our house. There's just a crack in our house. And also, since then, whenever it rains, my room floods with water as a result
Because
of
of
that
the
earthquake.
crack?
We think so.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's only my room.
Your house has a crack in it, like in a video game, to let you know that you can smash it and collect jewels.
It looks like that. It looks exactly like that kind of crack. You're just like, oh, that's the house's weak point. I can
Yeah.
shoot an arrow at it.
If I hit it 3 times, I win.
You have to break-
The house is the boss.
You gotta break that wall down and then just like build stairs up like Fortnite so that when the earthquake hits, you're just above.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna get out of it, dude.
Yeah.
don't- you
when
don't
I
wanna
see
be
the earthquake
above.
coming, I'm going to quick run and build stairs.
Yeah, you gotta run and you gotta jump and lay stairs down.
So just so you know, running is the opposite of what you should do when there's an earthquake.
What are you supposed to do?
It will
There's
throw
nothing
you to
can
the
do.
ground and actually break your legs or sprain both your ankles if you're like running. The first thing you should do is actually stop and get down on the ground and cover up.
Oh yeah, in a doorway, right?
In a
Yeah.
doorway if you can.
If
or
you're
just have-
standing, you're not supposed to get in bed, but if you're already in bed, you're supposed to stay there.
or under the bed if possible. Yeah, you want to hold on to something as well because either you or the thing could move.
Okay,
even
can
when
I
you're on
say
the
that
ground.
one problem that I have with earthquake, with the national emergency prepping, all this stuff? I understand that this is supposed to be helpful, but it also is very bossy.
It's very bossy.
It's so bossy.
Yeah, the earthquake is rude.
Let me be clear. I'm not going to do any of this. And they're like, you need to have bottles of water everywhere. I'm just like, I'd have to go to the grocery
Yeah.
store. No, thank you.
And let me tell you, how many guns are you supposed to have for this?
They have not mentioned guns once yet. They don't think society's going to collapse that badly. They think there's going to be some looting and stuff, but not like from stores and shit.
Yeah, like will it be worse than fucking Katrina?
I think. Ooh,
Sounds like it'll pretty much be Katrina, but I
without
think
the water.
I would see. I think the earthquake is going to be a dry run for what's really going to happen.
I know, but at least the nice thing is, I hope if the earthquake happens, then we could just cut our losses and be like, well, they're not making movies there anymore, so I guess we're done.
Yeah,
And then we can have a road trip back home and stop at like
Route 66,
Route
baby.
66. We can go to
See some
go to
national
Arby's.
parks.
We can go to Arby's. Arby's is that's a road trip standby for me and Isaac.
We could go to Monument National Park and see the big rocks from the westerns.
How funny would it be if the earthquake hit Los Angeles and we drive back to the East Coast and then we're like, let's stop at Yellowstone on our way,
And then the super volcano
and then the
goes
super
off.
volcano
Yeah.
explodes
I would-
because that's even more overdue, right?
I would love that.
That'd be pretty funny. That'd be a great way to die, to like escape the earthquake and then be covered in magma.
Yeah.
I just want to lower myself into a hot spring and just boil.
I have a friend, by the way, this is unrelated,
There we go.
mostly unrelated, but I do have a friend who's a scientist who works at Arby's. He's an Arby's scientist. He's a data scientist there who just studies why people eat at Arby's.
Every day he's just like clicking his pen like, fuck if I know.
That's basically.
I gotta turn in nothing again.
You make it sound like Arby's is trying to get people to stop.
Well, they're baffled. They don't understand. He's like, well, people like the sliders, so maybe we should just make everything small. We have no idea. We don't know why people eat what they eat from us. We don't.
Do you
get
know
it.
what's funny? As I think about it, that's a very good question. Because my favorite thing to get at Arby's is the chicken. It's not even the roast beef. I love getting their fried chicken.
I get the Reuben every time I go to Arby's. Who goes to Arby's for a Reuben? Only me, apparently. But they're looking at that data. They're just like, who ordered the Reuben?
The only time I ever go to Arby's is when I'm like coincidentally near one, and I'm like, it'd be funny if I went to Arby's.
Arby's is good. You know, if you can go to an Arby's that still does the straight fries, which nobody on the East Coast does anymore, but out here they do the straight fries. Those straight fries are the best French fries of any fast food place. But I have a hot take. I would be willing to bet that the roast beef is the least popular item at Arby's.
I can ask him.
I ask him. I think
we gotta get him on the cast.
I think people are going for other reasons and they're just too embarrassed about it because they made it their whole thing.
That's so funny. Everyone's like, do you want the special and the roast beef? No, I'm here for the sliders.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Damn
Why
it.
won't anyone buy this fucking beef? It's gray.
It's like in Mad Men when they like come to the client with like, they're like, well, black people are buying your TVs. They're like, no, ignore that data. We're focusing on we're doubling down on roast beef.
It seems like people really love the horseradish sauce. What about beef with just liquid cheese on it? That's what we like making.
Yeah, that's not really my vision for this sandwich. It's just like,
Your friend's job is to be a couples therapist with Arby's. Where
Yeah.
he's like, look, I think we really need to step back and be, nope, roast beef, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
They have tried to diversify a little bit. Now their slogan is "We have the meats, not
Yeah,
just the meat."
I was gonna say because they're really harping on. They do the brisket. They do they've been doing those steak burgers. So okay, yeah, I see it a little bit.
They're so good at doing every kind of meat just okay.
Yeah, except I think their fried chicken sandwiches and fried chicken is really good.
I've never had
uncommonly
it.
good. You're sleeping.
I'm
I never
sleeping
had
on
it, and I never. Where is an Arby's around?
There's one.
There's there's one over in Van Nuys. It's
Well,
not very
yeah.
good, but the famous one is on Sunset Boulevard.
You pass it going to the Comedy Store, and
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
when I'm driving to a mic,
Well, I don't go there anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It's open till like 3. It's open really late too.
It's
It's open till
open
like
late,
3
yeah.
a.m.
And you're just like, maybe as a treat I'll go to Arby's, or as a punishment. I can't decide what I'm doing to myself.
It's
Yeah.
have you had the cookies?
Well, I've had either a good or a bad set, so it's time to either reward myself
or
or
punishment.
yeah.
It fits for any circumstance. Arby's for any occasion.
The cookies.
Yeah.
The cookies at Arby's are so good. They're really,
Arby's,
really
it's
good.
like the album Disintegration, where like whatever feeling you're feeling when you listen to it, it's gonna deepen it.
yeah.
Wherever you already
That's
are,
interesting.
it's getting more.
It's ironic because Arby's has never been the cure for anything. Am I right? Okay.
Yeah, Isaac's having a little too much fun.
I'm having so much fun. Look, I'm just so happy I helped you guys tonight. I can't.
Uh-huh.
I'm riding that high.
No.
I don't think Nick wants to discuss that on.
Oh no. We can talk about it. I don't want you taking all the credit.
I'm taking most of the
You
credit.
can't have most of the credit. I would like to. I'll show you how much credit you can have. Okay.
Okay.
Can I show you?
Please show
This-
me.
So if this is the pile of credit,
Yep.
I'll give you this little. You can have that as a treat, and then this is going to be my credit over here.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous.
Nick
any
is
credit?
acting like I'm getting one slice of pizza.
I'll let you look at the credit.
Okay.
You can if you just
Can
text me.
can I like dip my finger in your credit and maybe have a taste?
Let me. I just want to hang on to the credit for a little bit, make sure it does nothing weird happens to it, and then when I'm comfortable with the credit, I'll let you have a little bit of it.
Nick is gonna, or Brennan's gonna treat the credit like a cop finding cocaine, where he just like tastes it and it's just like, "Yep, this is credit.
Yeah. It's really
This is strong credit.
Yeah,
Wow, this
yeah.
guy has a lot of credit."
I'll put this in the evidence locker myself. I know where it is.
Yeah. I do that at like a bar. Like if I'm a cop, I'm in a bar and I'm like, it's whiskey, and they're like, yeah, we know there's a broken bottle of whiskey. We don't need it. I'm like, Maker's Mark. They're like, we don't need any more information. I'm like, a clue.
I'm gonna need to match the bottle that this came from. If you could let me try all your whiskey, please.
It's like L.A. Noir, where you can just randomly pick up beer bottles and be like, and you can like just like turn the beer bottle. I used to do that for like 10 minutes. I just pick up a beer bottle and like just angle it every
Yes,
possible
dude.
way.
Oh, there's nothing I love more than when a video game just unnecessarily renders an object.
Yes, it's so much fun. I would try to break the guy's hand in L.A. Noir, trying to see every fucking angle.
Oh, that's a fun thing about VR is like if you drop the controller or something, your arm will go like way out horrifyingly at like a terrifying angle.
Yeah, L.A. Noir was great, man. And they made it so that you could do it, but they didn't want you to do it, because as soon as you pick up that beer bottle, he'd be like, "I don't think this is helpful." He just like out loud say like,
Yeah.
"This is not a clue" or whatever, and you just be like, "Well, fuck you. I'm going to look at this for 10 minutes."
The game might as well be like, please stop it.
You're not. This is a very linear game.
You're playing
Yeah.
this game, bro.
It's like when your parents give you like a choice growing up, but then when you pick the wrong one, they're like, you know what, you're doing the other one.
Yeah, go to your room.
Yeah.
It's you know what's fun? That game frustrates me because it is open world, but it should not have been.
It's not. It might as well not be. It's so linear.
But it is more accurate to LA than GTA 5 was. So like, yeah, because it's actually LA. So it's actually like you can go down to fucking Wilshire and see like the theaters and there's an apartment building that's still there that one of my friends used to live in that you can visit in LA Noir.
Is it the Gaylord?
It's the Gaylord.
Ah, I thought so.
Yeah.
That's the friend. We call our friend the Gaylord.
Yeah.
I haven't played that game since I moved here. I kind of want to. My friends in college.
They
used to-
remastered it on Switch.
They used to love watching
They
me
also
play it.
made part of it VR.
Oh yeah, I remember there is a
So
VR,
you can just
yeah.
like really look at Ken Cosgrove's face.
They do say that playing LA Noir VR is like the way to play it. They
Interesting.
say it's really good.
Does he pick up on the body language and stuff better?
You pick up on the body language more. Also, like it's just
That'd be a good autism test. We all take turns going into VR, coming out, be like, I don't fucking know who's lying.
Well, no, they just say that like the things about the game that have aged poorly in VR, they're a little more fun.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, I would love to actually pick up that bottle and look at it with my real hand.
Yeah. I know what I'm gonna get you for your birthday.
A bottle.
Bunch of empty bottles and cans.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, a clue. I don't think I can use this.
And I'm just in the background like frowning, like up and just like
Doubt.
yeah, you should get it on fucking Switch.
I don't have a Switch.
Long does. And
Long moved it to the basement. I can't use it.
with all of your books. So I think that
Yeah, this is a funny thing to bring
Wait,
up on the
yeah.
podcast. My roommate just took my books. See, like I had okay, I moved to my place and I have a box of stuff that I just don't have room for. I don't have a bookcase anymore. I gave it to my girlfriend. And so it's been sitting in the hall, and he's like, "Hey," one day he was like, "Hey man, can I have your book? Can I borrow your books and put them on my bookshelf just so I have some books on the shelf?" I'm like, "No, that's all right." He's like, "I just want to look cool for girls." I'm like, "Ha ha ha, that's okay." And then he took them. He took all of them.
we found out because we went down. You're like, let me show you Long's room, and you're just looking around his room, and you go, "That's weird. I have all those books."
Yeah, Long wanted to show Nick his room, and so we were sitting there just like, I love that book. And I was like, I love that book. There's no way he owns all these. I was like, Long, did you take my books? He's like, oh yeah. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I just took, I wanted to put them on the bookshelf. I was like, okay, but I didn't say yes to that. That's not something I agreed
He's like,
to.
yeah, but I wanted to.
Yeah, you wanted to.
He wanted to.
He's never lived with anybody else. It's
Let
so
me-
obvious.
And can I tell you, I was grinning ear to ear that whole interaction because there's nothing I relish more than when someone else is the bad roommate. I mean, I sit there like a prince on a chair, just taking it all in. I really love it.
Say what you want about Nick. He never took my books. He
I
never
did-
displayed them as his own.
And in fact, I gave you some records.
When you told me that story, I didn't realize that he lived with you. So you were like, yeah, Long took all my books and put them in his room. I was like, well, that's psychotic.
Yes, he did move in. He doesn't do dishes, and he also has bought just hilarious bulk amounts of food.
He's buying 60 eggs.
Oh,
and
But 60 eggs, and he's like, I can eat them all. I'm like, they go bad. He's like, they don't go bad.
He's
I'm like, they absolutely go bad.
well, here's what sucks. We were vehemently like, eggs are famous for going bad. They have a smell, you know. and then like the Mandela effect. His other roommate Max Googled, "Do eggs go bad?" And Google was like, "They do not." Which that can't be true.
That can't be right.
Well, yes, they do, but also in America, we wash eggs before they are sold, which is why we have to refrigerate them. Where in most places in Europe, they don't wash the like natural film off the eggs, so you can keep them at room temperature and for longer.
Oh, so why didn't this Wikipedia or whatever the response was specify American eggs?
Who knows? I don't know. But anyway,
But yeah, eggs go super bad.
They have
Well,
an
they
egg.
do.
There's
They
a
do.
date on the box.
we probably still have 20 eggs in there for sure. And it's just, I was like, it sounds like an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer, it's like a Kramer plot. It's like the C plot where he's just like, Jerry, I bought 60 eggs.
Jerry, I bought 300 eggs.
I can
Jerry.
keep all the eggs and then we can flip them for more. And Jerry's like, eggs go bad. He goes, no, that's the best part, Jerry. They don't go bad. they
Eggs go bad. They don't go bad, Harry. They don't go bad, Jerry.
It's a flawless plan. And then at the end of the episode, they'd all hatch as the credits.
Yeah,
roll.
their chickens come out of the eggs. Kramer opens the fridge like, oh.
God, you know those Twitter
And then
accounts.
just slow roll over the credits, no music, as Kramer just smashes all
as
the
he kills
chicks.
the chickens one by one.
Those Twitter accounts were fun to make fun of the modern Seinfeld ones, but it is extremely fun to imagine non-existent Seinfeld plots.
They're
It
brilliant.
really is.
The Twitter, and this is of course what I'm gonna say. There was one for Frasier, modern day Frasier. Endless amounts of fun. Oh my God, it's so much fun. I love imagining what Niles would do that he didn't do, but what he would do.
What would he do if it was 9/11? Who's to say?
It's so funny that we make fun of fan fiction people, but then it's like, but what if it was Seinfeld? And it's like, well, that's an interesting proposition.
Did I tell you like that I was fully like on the phone with my friend Keith? We were just riffing out Frasier meets Twin Peaks. We're like Frasier because they're listen. I know this
Yeah.
is stupid.
I think go ahead.
It's so funny. I'm not gonna get into it, but there was a whole thing about them riding motorcycles. I mean, it was great. You know. Yeah, it was embarrassingly
Well, go
involved.
into it.
No, I don't want to go into it now. I mean,
have you talked about doing Call of Duty as Frasier and Niles? That was a great story.
Niles, revive me! Don't worry, Frasier. I'll cover you.
I'm coming, Frasier.
Niles, is this your waifu? We would do- yeah, we would do Frasier Sama and Niles Chan.
Come on, do the Twin Peaks. You did this for me before, and I remember liking
This was one that I made up with Connor and Robert. It's very funny where Dale Cooper is talking to Fraser Crane, and he's about to show him a picture of Bob, and he goes, "Now, Dr. Crane, I do just want to warn you that before I show you this picture, some people have found this man to be very disturbing. He has a look that's very frightening and shocking." He goes, "Oh, come now, Agent Cooper. I'm a psychiatrist. After all, I think I can handle, most things that other people couldn't. I've got quite the stomach for this stuff." And then he flips the picture of Bob around and he goes, "A jean jacket."
That's fun.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's a fun bit to do. Mm-hmm. Definitely a better bit than being a fake therapist on a podcast.
No, I don't know about that.
Let me tell you, if me and Nick weren't crazy people, that would have been a great bit.
Yeah, you picked two very volatile people to do it with.
I did. I was so committed to being the therapist, and I did. You know what? I did gang up on Nick a little at the beginning. I'll admit
You
that.
ganged up. People, can I tell you, and this is something that's very true my whole life, I'm persecuted. This is something that's been true my whole life. People persecute me. And no, I'm telling you honestly, that's what this is my lived experience. And so you have to defend yourself when that happens. You've got to make sure that nobody knows to fuck with. Everybody knows not to fuck with you.
Well, we can't deny Nick's experiences. We're not here
Somebody,
to
You
could
can't
almost
deny anyone's experiences.
you could almost say, and the language might be a little colorful, but a lot of times in my life, I felt like people were putting me up on a cross a little bit. You know what I mean?
Sure. No, I think it's like that John Lennon song, Nick is the N-word of the world.
Yes.
Yeah. Nicholas John Reed's Oldershaw. is the N-word of the world.
I'm the N-word of the world, dude.
Now, at the time, everyone was like, "Who is that?" But
That's such a bad idea for us. So I cannot believe that. He
Well,
was
no,
like,
and then when I
It's such like-
and then when I well, no, what happened was then I was born and I was like, oh, that's the N-word of the world. Get him.
yeah, that song is so funny to me because it's like a parody of a 2020 like male feminist guy.
Yeah, just
who
a
like
guy-
just like completely misjudges how to do it.
Well,
yeah,
because
trying to sound woke, but just like fucking way missing the mark.
in the 70s, those guys were getting mad props. Basically, a lot of male feminists today who are failing are just like what they were doing in the 70s would be totally acceptable. Where they're just like, yeah, I think that everybody should be able to say the N-word. People are like, oh, progressive. That's no, it has no power.
Look, I love broads. They should be able to, do any job a man can in their tight little pants.
Oh yes, I believe that women should have equal rights to vote, and let me tell you about it in my van.
You just say it like a beatnik at the end.
Like
Yeah.
a van.
They're like, well, normally that would be threatening, but that guy seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
He did say it with a beret on.
He's experienced the world, and by the world I mean about half of Southern California.
Yeah. Baby, I've been all around the world. Now let me tell you about the N-word of it.
There's such an obvious
Well,
choice for what the
yeah.
N-word of the world
Ma'am,
is.
I've been all around the world, and you know who's the N-word of the world? Chinese people.
Or he's just like, honey, I've been all around the world. And you know who the N-word of the world is? You. And she's like, oh my goodness. She's like, nobody's ever called me that before. That's incredible.
I am just now imagining
He puts a ring on her finger.
I'm just imagining now a John Lennon concept album where it's all just like blank is the N-word of the world. Just trying out
We
different
turn it
ideas.
into Keep Calm, Carry On.
Oh my God.
British people are the N-word? No? Okay.
No, all right.
We
It's
have
like
another
a
song.
little metal sign you hang in your man cave. It's like Italians are the N-word of the
Well, Italians 100% believe that.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Well,
My friend, my good friend Michael, whom I love very much, in high school, he said that he was allowed to say the N-word because, as a Sicilian, and direct quote, my ancestors were raped by the Moors.
do you know what's funny? I think the Moors technically aren't even black. Isn't that like? Isn't
They're
that
like Arabs.
Yeah, it's the Berbers, right? The Berbers were black.
No, the Moors were black.
Were the Moors
The
black?
Moors were
Moors are
like
black.
North African, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Othello is a Moor.
like
He's,
Moroccan or
famously
whatever.
black.
Yeah, but when they wrote Othello, they didn't know what was going
if the Moors were around now, they'd all have late night sets.
yeah, they would. No, but I'm saying when they wrote Othello, they didn't have all the history. They didn't have all the history yet to know who was a.
Well, yeah, okay. They didn't know all that there were more black people than
Yeah.
just the Moors.
With
but-
with Shakespeare, was it the same way that they had little boys play women? Like, did they have?
There were no women, right?
There were no women in the plays. Oh fuck! A weird memory just came back.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh,
There were
what-
no women in the
Anyway.
plays. Oh no.
No, I was gonna say. Basically, I was gonna say, would they make little boys do blackface to play Othello?
Oh,
Yeah,
Brendan,
absolutely. Except
they-
it was grown men.
They
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
get enough of the blackface.
I just remembered. Okay, so when I was a kid, I was like I did like theater locally. Like I was in a version of The Jungle Book and such, and I wound up auditioning for this play where it was some lady, some like theater major lady getting her master's or PhD or something. Her thesis was she was trying to restage Romeo and Juliet with casting how it would be then, where it was little boys playing all the women.
Why?
So I auditioned for this, and I remember asking like, well, what if I get this role as Juliet? What are you gonna do about the kiss? And the people like behind the table just started like whispering to each other, and they're like, well, we haven't decided yet.
Would you like to kiss him?
I told my mom, I'm like, I hope I don't get it.
Yeah, dude. If I was, I'd be like, ooh, somebody's eager.
Yeah, and I've not thought about that since it happened.
And you know what? She probably was. As I found, my middle school theater director went to jail for being a pedophile. So now I'm just like, anytime I hear a story like that, I'm like, Probably a pedophile.
Yeah.
Because those are the things you brush off when you're growing up in the suburbs. You're like, no, stuff like that doesn't happen, and then it happens.
Yeah, and then Mr. Sisk disappears, the guy with the ponytail who would always play guitar in class and would get full boners, like just hilariously.
What?
Okay, so
Yes, please fill us in on this.
have I ever talked about what middle school I went to?
I don't think so.
What was it? Pedophile middle school? Is that what it's
Okay,
called?
so
We have a different approach.
all
at
right,
this
so
school.
in-
It's kind of like a Montessori approach.
yeah, I mean, pretty much. So in middle school, my school was very close to this history museum called the Landis Valley Museum, where they had like old historic buildings, people acting in character. There was like real farming going on, sheep, card the wool.
This is some fucking Rudolf Steiner shit, dude. Like, was it like a Waldorf school or?
well, basically, like part of the day we were in regular school, but then they would bus us to the Landis Valley Museum, and then we would just like be in the 1800s.
Brendan,
What?
you've never even told me about this in our personal life.
Really?
Brendan, this is
No.
a huge gap.
I've blacked this out a lot, I guess. So yeah, I was in that. Me and like 20 kids, and we were taught every subject by Mr. Sisk, who was this very strange man. He had a big, long black ponytail. He would always work playing guitar into the lessons, and he would get so visibly hard during teaching to the point that like one time he was like on his knees, and when he stood up, his boner bounced down and then back up, and it got a full laugh, like from the class.
oh my
It made
god!
a cartoon boing sound effect.
Well, it basically did.
If this is a Waldorf I mean, that might have just been a renegade energy passing through his body at that point in time. You know, you get a lot of rogue energies that will.
yeah.
When you're, teaching children.
Did
But
you
basically, like, so this was all of 7th grade for me. I basically one didn't learn anything.
right?
2, there were like 3 girls I got to talk to. So by 8th grade, I was well behind on like how to. I basically was socially stunted for an entire year living in the 1800s and being groomed by a pedophile.
Where? What?
Okay, here's my question: Did you suspect that he was a pedophile, or did you just think he was a guy who got random boners?
Did you even have the context for it?
Yeah, I mean, we think he was a straight pedophile. We thought he was really into this girl Olivia, who was the first one with boobs. It was 7th grade,
Ah,
and we all were. And
Maybe
yeah,
you're just
I don't know why it
projecting.
wasn't more of a red flag, but all I know is that next
Kids-
year he was gone, and no one would tell us why.
Yeah, I had a couple teachers like that where like they would make crazy comments, and like as a kid you're just like, no, an adult would never hurt me.
Yeah.
You
The
moron.
crazy thing is, so Mr. Sisk, full on pedophile,
For sure.
and then there was Herr Weaver, our German teacher, who was gay, who was basically treated exactly the same. Like the school was more concerned about that than like the clear pedophile.
That sucks. That's terrible. Her name is Hare Weaver.
no, it's a
Herr-
man.
H-E-R-R.
His name. I'm so stupid. Yeah, what do you call
Yeah.
it? What's a woman in German?
Frau.
Frau. That's right. Hare
Um,
Weaver.
Yeah, kids, we can't tell. We have no.
Yeah.
I had a bus driver in elementary school, and my parents were like sort of squicked out by this guy. I was like, "Why? He's cool." He gave me a pair of shoes once. He like gave me
Yeah.
a pair of shoes in the box. By the way, like a size.
Oh fuck! Hold on.
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus! Like
all right.
A size.
No, it's so funny to watch this happen in real time.
Like a size 10 pair of shoes,
yeah.
adults, by the way. So I could not wear these shoes ever.
These are for one day.
And then, like, yeah, also he would let the older kids like ride their
By
bikes.
the time you fit these, I won't like you anymore.
Yeah, Isaac. The thing, yes, kids can't tell. That's why pedophiles love them. They can't. They love how naive
he let
they
the
are.
older kids ride their bikes over his stomach. He had like a little ramp set up in like the park area near the library, and like kids would just jump over and like land on his stomach, and they'd be like, "Cool, this guy's so awesome."
This man is such a pedophile that he brings his own damn apparatus. This is fucking insane.
Okay,
He's like, maybe one day one of them will slip and kill me with this ramp,
That's
and
what
I
he's
can
so- I don't
finally
know.
stop doing what I'm doing.
Oof. Yeah, my parents were like, "Do not trust that man." I'm like, "He gave me shoes. He's cool. He's a cool guy." Anyway, what made you go, "Oh fuck"?
I remember that Mr. Sisk would come to my house.
What the fuck was he
what?
doing there?
There was this. I was on this team. It was called like Odyssey of the Mind, where it was like part engineering, part like a play you put on. I don't even remember what
Part
the fuck it
engineering,
was.
part of play.
Brendan,
You would like build a monster or something.
this is the craziest school. Find out what the name of this type of education is.
They well, I'll tell you, they discontinued the program the next year.
No. Was the program created entirely by Mr. Sisk?
I think so. He was like, all right, so we need to get the kids to a place where they're alone with me, and also there's no phones.
Yeah. He's like full 1800s rules. No phones, no internet. And, you know, people married a lot younger in the 1800s, if you remember.
You know, okay, everything's going to be period accurate, except girls can wear low-cut tops if they want to. It's just like, you know, it's just if they want to,
Yeah.
that's part of the 1800s.
We're putting our own little spin on it.
Yeah. But anyway, he was like our coach, so he would come to my house like every week and just be alone in the
check
basement
on the
with us.
Brendan,
kids.
are you? Let me see the progress of the monster you're building, and like, what the
Jesus
fuck,
fucking
dude?
Christ. Yeah, my high school quiz
And I really
coach,
don't remember a lot about that. Is that bad?
That's very bad.
I mean, you suppressed it, so that's probably good. That
Yeah,
you
It,
suppressed
it sounds like maybe you took a little Odyssey of the mind while some
That's not the only thing that went on Odyssey, it sounds like.
while some less than desirable things happened to you.
Yeah, my high school quiz coach was just clearly an alcoholic. That was the only thing wrong with him.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know, our high school. It was so sad. Our high school gym teacher, who was a great guy, truly got everybody amped up. Just a really positive guy. Was very poor. Was like living in an apartment like at the edge of town, having trouble making rent, and was like stealing stuff out of kids' lockers to sell. But like, yeah, to sell. So he's stealing like small sweatshirts and backpacks and then taking them to consignment shops. Just like he's known as a teacher in the community. He's like a very visible gym coach. And then he's just like showing up at consignment shops with children's clothes. Like, hey, what can I get for these? Like, they finally installed cameras and caught him. Oh yeah, very.
Maybe
sad.
that's what happened to my Nintendo DS in high school. Someone stole it from my locker.
Oh, that sucks.
And it was fine because it was the old model where like the top and the bottom screens eventually break off each other, and they were really close to breaking off. So it's just like, that fucking sucker. He probably has like a day left on that thing before it just completely.
Totally breaks.
Yeah.
Man, I just thought of we had this. Speaking of cameras to catch him,
Oh no,
Oh my God.
this isn't related to Mr. Sisk.
Okay.
I'm also
Isaac,
fully doxing.
Isaac, I think that you get to. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that
yeah.
online he probably is. I just want to really quick before you
I'm
say
gonna
this.
search later to see if he got arrested.
Isaac, I do want to say I think that ultimately it's good because I think that in our little therapy session you might have dislodged a boulder that's now caused.
Everything is just flooding
It's
out of
flooding
Brendan.
out. There's an avalanche of trauma that's spilling out of Brendan's head.
Yeah, Brendan was like half an hour ago. Brendan's like, I feel better, and now Brendan's like, I feel much worse.
He's like, oh
I'm
God.
remembering everything.
Well, I don't have a headache anymore, so you know that's weird. Oh man, I thought this episode was boring at the beginning, but
No, this is a good one.
Yeah, this is turning
a
into
good
a-
one.
oh yeah, we had this kid in my high school who was like Metal Gear style climbing through the vents to take pictures in the girls' locker room, and
What a hero.
Yeah, on some level, I'm like, I admire the commit at such a young age.
and the thing is, like,
to know what you
I
want to
remember
do.
when he got in trouble, and they announced it like he was caught the very first. Because like the reason he got caught is because he left the flash on and like the camera sound. so the girls are chasing. They just hear. They look up at the vent and they just see like him, like his eyes. But yeah, I was talking about that at my buddy's Christmas party
my God,
when I was
respect.
home. Mike, the Sicilian. I'm like, man, yeah, didn't he get caught like the first time? And then my buddy was like, the first time. like apparently this had been going on for super long. Where he was like, I had those pictures. I'm like, oh shit!
Oh
I
my
I
God.
thought it was the like the way the school announced it is like, we caught him the first time he did it. We assume.
It's so
Now
funny.
let's sweep this all under the rug.
He got caught because he borrowed someone else's camera for one day. He's just like, all right, how do I turn on the flash on? How do I turn the flash off on this thing? and he's like, oh fuck, that's the wrong button. It just made like a camera sound.
So he's up there with like a disposable film camera.
So I just realized, so he was doing this. This was like pre-smartphones, right? It had to be because the iPhone.
I mean,
was,
iPhones came out when I was in like 9th grade. So, and this was senior
no,
year.
there's no way they did. iPhones couldn't have come. When were you in 9th grade?
2006.
I want to say iPhones came out in like. Oh, maybe could have been an iPhone. Maybe.
Like an early version, but this was like a
20
digital camera.
2006, 2007.
Digital cameras ruled the world.
No,
back
this was
then.
a phone because then everybody like, haven't you seen a teen drama? Someone takes pics and then they text the child porn everywhere.
It came out June 29th, 2007. Damn, that feels early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't imagine someone doing that with a smartphone.
It was with a smartphone.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It was a shitty old smartphone.
Yeah,
What a
that's why-
bad man.
That's why it made the camera sound, I guess.
Yeah, when the phone.
They didn't know how to turn that off when they made smartphones initially.
He's up there. He made it with his mouth.
No, they.
He's doing like the Austin Powers, like yeah.
He spends
Yeah,
time,
baby, you make me whole.
he spends time like getting into the D'Artagnan outfit before he gets into the fucking vent.
That'd be so sick to just pull him out by his velvet pants. Yeah, that was like right before graduation too. So that's just how he's gonna be remembered forever by everyone.
Sure, yeah.
They couldn't. I think they took him out of the yearbook. He got like the Louis treatment where they're like, he didn't have any HBO specials. They're not.
He didn't exist.
Yeah.
There's like photos of clubs he's in, and there's just like a white spot in the middle of the club.
They retroactively give him bad grades.
I'm gonna quickly Google Fred Sisk.
Oh, Google.
God, do you remember his first name? That's
Mm-hmm.
How much time have we been doing?
Close to an hour. We can stop.
Are you
soon.
gonna wrap
So I
it
know
up?
you gotta be out of here soon.
Yeah, well, I wasn't intending to record 2 podcasts tonight.
Well, if you hadn't gotten such big ideas in your head,
I don't see him.
Oh.
Maybe it was.
Was it Fred Sisk pedophile? Have you tried that?
Yeah.
he got a doctorate.
Dr. Fred Sisk,
That's
pedophile.
his title.
Pedophile HD.
Yeah.
That's what PhD stands for.
pedophile.
It's a high definition pedophile. That's all it is.
Man, can you imagine getting molested and the guy's in 4K?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty close to how it goes. It's more vivid than you ever want it to be.
God, not am I getting touched, but it's an IMAX. This sucks.
God, Morgan Freeman is narrating me getting molested. This is terrible.
Man, Christopher Nolan shot this part in 70 millimeter. Not only am I getting touched, but everything's gray and washed out.
It would be really funny if, as somebody was molesting you, you did just like full, like, you dissociated with the Morgan Freeman Shawshank commentary.
Sometimes he got away from the sisters,
But not that day.
but not that day.
More often than not, Brendan spent a lot of time staring into the dark corner of the room, acting like something else was happening.
When he saw Mr. Sisk's boner bouncing up and down in the khakis, he knew he was going to have himself a fight.
Wait, what was the name of your friend who was crawling through the vents?
That was not my friend.
Oh, what was the name of the kid?
I forget.
John McClane.
Yeah, I was gonna say he crawled and he crawled.
The whole time he was crawling through the vents, he had a black police officer on a walkie-talkie just coaching him through it.
He crawled through 15 miles of steel and shit till he finally.
Saw one titty before immediately getting caught.
Yeah, like the principal's in the hallway. He just notices a poster of Rita Hayworth. Like, what the fuck? Why is there a poster?
That would be sick. Like he's in there very first day. He's going at the wall with the rock hammer. Like, what are you doing?
What happened to the poster that just said "inspire" and "create"? Why is it a sexy lady from the 40s now?
Now, have we always had an unframed, soaked poster in the boys' showers?
It would be funny if he did one of those like moving eye portraits in the girls' locker room. They're just like, "Why do you have a painting of George Washington in the girls' locker room?" It doesn't look like his eyes are following you. That's so weird.
Oh my god.
See, what Andy Dufresne should have done to touch on a frequent Coward Hour trope is he should have just thrown up a painting of a big tunnel and ran
Yeah.
out through that.
got right the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Not all of us
Unfortunately.
are as smart as the coyote.
Yeah. Also, shouldn't have quit drinking. I mean, you're in jail. You only get 3 beers every 25 years. Have them.
yeah.
Yeah. On the roof with your boys.
Have some beers, dude.
If I was in jail,
If you were in jail, drink.
yeah.
The worst
There's
thing
no getting
happened.
addicted.
Yeah. Well, even if it's like, what are they going to do? Put you in jail more? You're in jail.
Yeah.
Brennan's in jail for one day for like a traffic violation. He's just like, well, that's it. I guess I got to fall off the wagon now.
Yeah, he's like, ruined my streak.
What? No booze? Just heroin? Well, twist my arm.
I hate when I ruin my streak of not being in jail.
I got a good
I
streak
hate when I
going.
have to flip down the I have not been in prison.
Yeah, days since last accident. Yeah, technically, how many days since I've last been in jail?
Have you ever been arrested?
Oh yeah, I've been to fucking jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I spent a night in jail.
Oh, I'm 20. I'm
Was
20
it fun?
27 years strong, baby.
No, it was not fun.
Was it?
I've told the story on this podcast.
Yeah. It was for underage drinking, right?
I caught with possession of marijuana on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not fun.
On the beach.
Yeah, they tried to say that I was
A
drunk. and
coast crime.
they tried to
Did you
say.
try to go into international waters with your marijuana? Just started swimming out there like, come on. Almost there.
Honestly,
Technically, nobody's in trouble.
yeah, why didn't you throw it into the sea?
Because so it was a complicated thing. We were at the beach. We passed like 8 signs that said "Do not go on the beach after fucking 3 a.m. You're not allowed to do it." And so we're all smoking on the beach, and I had a bag of marijuana that I was holding in my pocket for a girl that I thought was cute, who didn't even come to the beach with us. So the cop fucking shows up, gets his flashlight on us, is like telling us all to line up, and if we have it, and I thought I was gonna be fine because I wasn't smoking. I didn't have anything in my hands, but then I remembered I had popped my pocket, and he was like, "If you just tell the truth, you won't go to jail." And this is, I mean, I was young and naive. This is when I lost faith in the world.
You thought that was true.
I raised my hand like a good little boy, and I said, "I'll tell the truth, sir." But I did just say, I said, "I've got weed. I have weed in my pocket. It's not mine." And he goes, "You're 17?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're going to jail." I was like,
You son of a bitch.
See, what you should have done is GTA style, quick dove into the sea and swam as far as you could.
I should have. That was back when I was a good swimmer.
No,
too.
you should have
Yeah, I
pulled.
mean,
Yeah,
you could have done. I mean, the cop's not going to jump in the water with you.
You should have pulled the hey, look over there, and then just thrown it into the ocean.
Yeah, I wonder if they could have got me for that because it was pre-body cams. Technically nobody could prove that I had weed on me, right?
Well, I think they'd take a cop's word over yours, but at the same time, it's like they have no evidence. I guess I don't know.
They literally would have had no evidence.
I mean, they probably wouldn't have even searched you.
You see videos of people
No,
like
they were searching everybody. They
Oh,
were
okay.
coming down the line to me.
you see videos of people like with putting like drugs on balloons and just like sending them into the sky, and the cops are like, "Damn it!" It's like, does that work? That works. They can be like, fuck, we'll never know what was on those balloons.
Yeah,
It could be anything.
yeah. I wish I had.
That's
fucking
why
blown
I
up a
always,
balloon.
if I ever get pulled over with drugs, I'm just going to shoot myself in the head. Like, haha, gotcha.
Honestly, if I had a loaded gun in that moment, I would have done that. That's how high pressure the situation was. Oh,
An American hero, and then you'd be on all these blogs, just like hero man knows his rights, shoots himself in the head in front of the cops.
Yeah, know your rights, folks.
You have the right to kill yourself at any time.
you know what's fucked up? You don't.
Yeah,
It's
you
illegal to kill
really
yourself.
Don't. It not only is it illegal, it's rude. People get really mad when you do it.
Which I think is selfish.
They all meet in a church basement to talk about it.
This is the part where we flash the number on the screen. Don't do it, guys. Coward Hour is the only thing keeping you going. You know, the Coward Hour guys, they just want you to live a long, happy life.
If Coward Hour is the only thing keeping you going, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so we're gonna read the suicide hotline phone number.
Oh, right, we have to.
All right, so it's 301 9.
Hey. Do not dox me on the air, please.
Isaac, you're good at customer service and
Yeah.
you're good at therapy.
I'm great at customer, and I'm great at therapy.
So maybe,
Yeah,
you know.
by not having emotions, you were actually really good at therapy.
It's called dispassionate listening. He's very good at it.
Ping me in the Discord if you're feeling suicidal, and I will try
No,
my best.
don't tell them that they can use the Discord for that.
Yeah,
that's been a big problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has
Okay.
been.
Yeah.
Yes, people in the Discord are really talking
Yeah,
a lot about about being horny and wanting to die.
Yeah. Rule number one of the Discord: no cooperatively spelling the N-word with the emoji letters.
I have to say, I did admire it on some level. I was like,
I was proud, but
was
we
like-
can't have you can't do that.
don't do it.
Don't do
Please
it.
don't spell that word.
Rule number 2:
It's the woman
no
of the world.
talking about
It's the damn
Yeah,
woman
yeah.
of the world.
no talking about self-harm or suicidal ideation. And no mental health advice in general. Please find a real support network instead of our army of retards.
Come see Dr. Michael Rosenblum in the greater Los Angeles area.
We may one day have Dr. Michael Rosenblum on
Mm-hmm.
if he comes back around to it.
Christ, what a nightmare that was.
That was
That
a
was so
nightmare.
funny, man. God, I want.
Can I say-
I want the file.
It was pretty funny.
I feel like I've been awake for like 4 days. My brain is zapped.
God, and I plugged shit at the end. That was the best part.
Yeah, I
Was
couldn't believe you started plugging
Brendan,
shit.
Brendan was furious. The whole thing had completely fallen apart. And then Nick's like, "You have any plugs?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be at the West Side Comedy Theater at 8 p.m. on February 8th."
I think Brendan asked if you had any plugs. I don't think I asked if
I
there
think
were
I
plugs.
did. I think I asked if there were any plugs, and then I threw my headphones down and hit pause.
And you plugged.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
plugged.
How
Look,
could you plug?
Diligently plugged. You
Look.
got to plug.
He was right to plug.
Anyway, I will be
You
at the
gotta
West
plug.
Side Comedy Theater February 8th at 8 p.m. It's a great show. It always sells out. I'll also be back in Maryland later in March. So come see me at the Cellar Door or the Positano Bethesda Italian restaurant on March, week of March 8th or something.
On February 9th, I will be at the Boulevard right in Boyle Heights. There's a lot of comics on the show. Some would say too much, but there are good comics on the show, and it's nice because it's a show that I can literally walk to from my house. Do not follow me home. But if you're in LA and you want to come out, I'd love to see you there.
Come see
I'm
Nick
going to go
do
there,
2
and
minutes.
before the show starts, I'm going to point at 3 of the comics and tell them they're eliminated.
That would really be helpful, actually. That would be awesome.
You're going to come see Nick do 3 minutes.
Oh no! The last time I did this show, everybody does 10 to 15 minutes.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God, that sounds...
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's the Heaven's Gate of shows. It's a very long show.
That sounds miserable, and I would do it in a heartbeat if they booked me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, and on February 7th, Tom Brink and I are going to go see Birds of Prey in the theaters. If anybody wants to come with us. I hear that much like its abbreviation, it'll be a bop.
Is it R?
It's rated R.
Do you think she shows hole in it?
Absolutely not.
Can you show hole in a rated R movie?
You
cannot.
can't. You can show dick, but you can't show hole. You
Are
can
there
show
any commercially released movies with hole in it?
there. I don't know if they're commercially released.
Caligula?
No. Basic Instinct.
There's like a full on hole in
Yeah,
that?
for a second she flashes.
See, I've definitely seen
Caligula's
movies
porn.
where you see like pubic hair and
So-
the general area.
So hole that is not splayed, you can show in an R-rated movie. Splayed
not
hole.
splayed.
No, that's seriously.
You better
it.
not splay that
Don't
hole.
splay that hole. For some reason, you can show the flaccid penis. I think as long
Mm-hmm.
as the organs don't look like they're gonna get into any trouble, you can show it and have
As
an
long
R
as
rating.
there's no plans. If you see a dick and it looks like it's headed somewhere,
The pussy's
But a
got to
dick
be
just-
visibly dry.
Two rules for an R-rated movie. That dick better be soft. I better be able to see what it's doing at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And that pussy better be dry as my daddy's bones. My daddy dead.
the MPAA is all middle-aged black guys.
Yeah, nah. I don't. What's that? Oh, what's that dick doing? I don't like that. You need to tell me what the dick is doing.
The dicks have to announce what they're doing.
You know what's funny? That actually.
I just imagine the dad like speaking directly to a dick, like, "Now, what are your intentions with
Stop
my
that.
daughter this evening?"
Do you know what's funny? That actually tracks because Blue Valentine is rated NC-17.
Uh-huh.
So you can show a simulated blowjob in a movie and get an R rating. Blue Valentine rated NC-17 because there's a scene where Ryan Gosling goes down on the lead. It's like you don't see it, but the MPA was like, no, that's disgusting.
Whoa, woman's pleasure.
Fanook.
Fuck I. I don't even know what that man's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did he just invent a new ass move to do in bed?
Well, we're gonna have to forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Coward Hour the movie. There's gonna be hole and pole.
We're gonna do hole, pole, and a whole lot of blood and guts.
It's true.
I can't wait to be in it. Well, guys, thanks for having me on.
Yes.
I'm,
All right, woo.
All right, that was a good
That's
one.
it.
Bye, guys.
Sucking on
Knock, knock, open up, it's me, the crazy, shady, faded fucker, so rock the G. See a lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up, portfolio showing growth, fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self-suck. Oh fuck, I busted already. I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady. Now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo heavy petting on a Friday night. Not talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it just right. Got my candles in the fishnets cause it's on tonight. Oh, that's right, it's time to fillet. No need to debate me. I suck until I go ooh wee and spray my white pee. I got that ski.